Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance channel. It is once again time for a shop tour. Did not have a shop tour last week. Instead, you got to get a good look at the in-car video from the runoffs, from the rain race. And John did a really good job integrating the in-car video with some of the SCCA footage. If you haven't checked that out, that came down last week, so check that out. It's pretty cool, actually, especially if you like racing in the rain like me. So here we are. It is October 20th. We are getting right into some of the really cold weather. It was down into the 20s this morning, and this is the Midwest, so this weekend it's going to be quite a bit warmer, but we are definitely trending down when it comes to temperature. So speaking of the temperature going down, there is a link below. Once again, this fall we are going to run a special on JPM Performance hoodies. Keep you warm this winter. Check it out. The link is right below here. Jump on those. This is going to be limited edition. Probably only going to be out for a couple weeks or something like that. And so order one up, stay warm this winter, and show off your JPM Performance merchandise. Always a good thing. So shop tour time. Always interesting things going on, especially when it's been a couple weeks since we did one of these. So step one right here is Cliff Ira's B20 endurance engine, just completely put together. It's just wrapped up. He will install the cams that he wants to put in, but the oil pan's on. It all went together really good. Should be a really good endurance motor. I'm not exactly sure exactly what car he's putting it in quite yet, but it's a pretty cool engine that he wanted to get built, so we got that finished. Looking good there. So rolling around here to this side, what we've got here is a new project, guys. So this is an 04 Miata. It's a little dirty right now because it's been sitting outside. But this is actually an old customer of mine who passed away a few years ago. His granddaughter had the car, and I ended up buying it from her. It no longer ran anymore because we had a little bit of a tiny problem here with some pack rats that got up underneath and chewed a little bit of this harness wiring. So in the middle of changing the engine harness, to do it right, you really have to pull the dash out. So I'm pulling the dash out. We're going to change that harness and bring this car back up to its former glory. Looking forward to getting that done. So just kind of chipping away. Going to get it. Hopefully, it's been sitting for a few years. Hopefully, don't really have any major issues. You know, I've got some new tires I'm going to put on, some new brakes, bring it up to her former glory. Really cool car. We did a lot of work to this car, including, as you can see, a complete Flying Miata turbo kit. So this car put about 220 horsepower down on the chassis dyno, and if you've ever driven a Miata with about 220 horsepower, it's pretty awesome. So hopefully we'll see more progress on this next week. So moving along, we are Mark Webber's chassis is kind of still sitting here. Joe did get the seat drop pan sitting in here. We've got some other projects that we're working on right now, but we will be getting back to this. The goal here is to get Mark here the 1st of December to get him fit into the car, similar to the video like you saw with Steven on his car over here, which we'll be looking at pretty soon. So we've got a little time still to go, but this will all come together pretty well. In the meantime, Steven's car is ready to go to him, meaning he's going to strip his old car down and start installing pieces. So what I've got completed here, if you've been following this at all, we've got doors that fit properly. The windscreen fits next to the doors really well with all the tabs. We will be using button head bolts here, not these 6-pointed bolts, but these are just for temporary installation, so he knows how everything goes together. And the seat is installed, and a really nice, I'm actually pretty happy with the way this turned out, but the rear deck lid is complete. Some of you that I'm friends with on Facebook have already seen this. So this is basically a firewall that protects the fuel tank from the driver compartment. So as you can see, there's a lot of different pieces to this, and it takes quite a bit of time to make it look like this and fit really well, but I'm super happy with the way this has turned out. So Steven's going to be coming up next weekend and pick this chassis up and start putting it all together. Some assembly required, as you can see. So, but looking pretty good here. Joe hasn't been working on Mark's chassis because he's been helping me with these differentials. So we got, I know for any of you that have been paying any attention, we do a lot of Miata differentials, and so Joe and I kind of have a really good system where he strips them down, keeps everything in individual boxes, does some of the initial cleaning and stripping and pulling of, for instance, like these dampers on the pinion flanges all need to come off. So we kind of do a little teamwork here, and so we've got 4 more of those that we're in process right now. And you can see there are 4 more brand new Torsen limited slips that will be installed into these for spec Miatas. So in the meantime, some of you have probably seen that Eric had put his car up for sale after his win at the runoffs, and it sold like that. So car is sold. We're getting ready to reinstall the cylinder head, have a new Cometic gasket to go on, of course. Just kind of checking everything over, and we'll get this put completely back together. Need to get our new owner down here to get into the car and see if he fits. I think we may be needing to do another floor drop for him in the car, but we won't know until he comes and checks that out. But just in the middle of kind of putting the car back together after our post-runoffs checks. Whenever you win in production, they make you yank your cylinder head off. I've probably talked about this, and they'll check valve diameter, they'll check valve lift, along with bore and stroke of the block, you know, check for porting in the cylinder head, things like that. But of course, we always run legal, so it's not a problem. BMW update. I immediately got my new head gasket ordered. It takes time. I don't keep the BMW head gaskets in stock like I do the Miatas, so I'm going to be waiting probably 4 or 5 weeks before I get this gasket. In the meantime, cleaning engine parts and getting them arranged on the bench back there, as well as turning the car back over to the dry setup. So we'll get the shocks reset, get the brakes redone, get the rear springs taken care of, and get the car, just like I always say, 15 minutes a day, chip away. Next thing you know, it'll be good to go. So that's kind of where we're at this week, guys. Like I said, it's getting kind of chilly in Topeka, so make sure you click on that link and get yourself a JPM Performance hoodie. They are coming onto the market today, and very limited edition. So I appreciate everyone's support. Had a lot of good comments over the last few weeks, as well as at the runoffs, and I appreciate you guys watching. So have a good rest of your week, and try and stay warm. Take care.